Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to another video. And today I have for you an unboxing and review of this Roborock Q5 Pro Robot Vacuum, so let's get into it, shall we? It seems as though they're everywhere now. If you're in the market for a new robot vacuum, you'll often hear the name Roborock come up. And that's because it's one of the most popular, if not top robot vacuum makers in the smart home industry. Now, I actually owned one of the original Roborock vacuums back in 2016, I believe, and it was branded under a little-known company called Xiaomi. It was called the Mi Robot Vacuum, which was also one of the very first smart vacuums with this LIDAR mapping system. Back then, it was super popular and super sold out, and I remember I was in Hong Kong at the time, at launch, and the lineups outside the Xiaomi store was just unbelievable. But fast forward to today, with Roborock's newest generation, let's get into the unboxing. So I ordered the Roborock Q5 Pro from Amazon Canada. And guys, make sure you checkbox the gift option so they can hide the package by shipping it to you in a bigger box. No word of a lie, this is exactly how it was delivered and left at my doorstep. Which obviously makes me feel uneasy exposing the world to what I've purchased here. And not only that, it's further compounded to the fact that Roborock uses some clear packaging tape to secure the sides. I legitimately thought that I got a used product, or someone had opened it and taped it back up. So note to Roborock, please use glue instead. But aside from that, I do love the simple packaging and design, along with the easy plastic handle incorporated on the top of the box. Now, the Q5 Pro does have a more expensive version called the Q5 Pro Plus, which comes with a self-emptying dock. In my experience, I decided not to go that route, since I've always found it simple enough to dump the onboard container manually every week.
Dustbin removed.
But if you constantly have dirty floors, or just too lazy to clean it out before garbage day, then you may want to consider the Pro Plus. This regular Q5 Pro is a standalone, no-frills robot vacuum, but don't let it fool you. The performance and technology behind it is everything you can ask for. Right away, I'm in love with the packaging and simplistic design. Everything's been purposely placed to give you that high-end tech feel, and rightfully so, since robot vacuums in general are priced on the premium side of things. Again, Roborock is so well known in the industry, their packaging really reflects their popularity. This large, quick start guide easily outlines a few steps to get started. The diagrams are clean and well written. I'll soon go through each of these steps with you guys. There's also a QR code to get us connected to the app. And I should emphasize, it's purely optional. The app allows for more advanced settings, otherwise we can just simply power it on and let it go clean, which I believe is the majority of users. And you won't believe how smart it is when you let it do its thing. Right out of the box, the technology is quite amazing, as you'll see later. First off, this is the optional waterproof floor mat that lays around the dock. It has adhesive on the bottom to hold it in place. If you intend to use the Q5 Pro's mopping ability, this will prevent your floor from absorbing excess moisture when the robot is docked. You absolutely need this if it's on hardwood floors. I know a lot of you loathe user manuals, but this one is quite concise if you have further questions about the specs, care and maintenance, as well as other functionality. Included is a separate diagram sheet which the manual refers to. I do find it all fascinating of how they've simplified a lot of the complexities that go into a machine like this, so it doesn't hurt to give it a quick read. No, these aren't matches, but rather spare rubber components for the mopping functionality. Now, this is the Mopping Module, which is completely optional. I won't be going into the use of the mopping capabilities in this video. To be honest, I didn't buy the Q5 at all for this feature. The implementation is rather primitive, to be blunt, and I really don't recommend the Q5 Pro if mopping is your priority. This water tank slowly drips into an absorbing cloth, which is washable by the way, and basically drags it along the floor. It really doesn't have the additional smart capabilities to automatically raise the module, heat the water, scrub, or even vibrate. You may want to invest in a more expensive unit for that. The vacuum aspect is actually where it gets all the points. This switch will allow you to adjust the water flow. Of course, the higher the flow, the quicker it'll empty. The label tells you not to use the mopping module, obviously on any rugs or carpet. It's strictly meant for hard surfaces. You can easily attach or remove the cleaning cloth and the module at any time. If you do want to use the mopping capabilities during your regular cleaning intervals, you can easily set up avoidance zones in the app. Finally, we get to the meat of things. This is the power cable that connects the charging dock to your electrical outlet. Obviously, in my case, this is a US plug. I love how it includes a Velcro strap, which is Roborock branded. Little things like this I do appreciate, as not many companies put a lot of thought into the customer experience. It's a decent sized length at around 5.5 feet or 1.7 meters. This will pretty much dictate where you'll be placing the robot, so make sure you plan ahead. Now this is the charging dock, which the robot will rest on while recharging its battery. It'll also communicate its relative position with the robot as it returns automatically after finished cleaning. There are 2 charging contacts on the bottom, along with mini brushes to also clean the contacts on the robot before it docks. Now that's smart thinking. Now the dock itself has an input rating of 100 to 240 volts, making this pretty much universal. The underside has anti-slip rubber, along with an adhesive strip, which I think it's either to secure it to the floor or the optional moisture mat from moving. The power cord plug fits into the front-facing right side of the dock, which could be a little nuisance if your electrical outlet was situated on the left side. Now there's a protective film that needs to be removed. This is because there's a visual sensor, possibly infrared, that communicates to the Roborock Q5. So it's important to place the dock in a well-visible area. The Q5 itself has a good amount of weight, supporting all the mechanics, and a large 5200 mAh rechargeable battery. They say it has been tested to deliver a maximum of 4 hours, or 3,767 square feet of non-stop cleaning on a single charge. And I do believe that, since my old Mi Robot pretty much had crazy performance in its first years of use. I can only imagine that battery efficiency has improved dramatically since then. This is the amazing LIDAR system Roborock is known for pioneering, which spins a laser around to virtually map the area. A unique QR code to pair with the app. 3 physical buttons on the top we'll get into later. And gone is the toilet seat lid I always refer to on the original Mi Robot. It's been replaced by a pull-out dustbin, which is far bigger. Now the mechanism is slightly different to empty out the bin. The filter has to be removed first, then the contents get dumped through this opening. I kinda like the original door mechanism, but we'll see. This filter is also claimed to be washable. I've only replaced my original filter once in its lifetime, so I hope it lasts just as long, or better. And of course, the soft front bumper is still present. It seems like one of the main selling points to the Q5 Pro is the DuoRoller Brush system and upgraded suction power. They say it achieves deeper carpet cleaning and increased hair pickup rates. Seems easily removable for cleaning. To be honest, I've never actually cleaned out my original one for nearly a decade, and it's still going strong. But at the same time, I only have hardwood flooring and not many people at the house, so I digress. Of course, we have the large dynamic rubber wheels, which are pretty grippy and shouldn't mar the floors. We also have the flexible spinning side brush to get the corners. We have the cliff sensors to avoid drops, 2 charging contacts, front wheel, as well as the dock locator and the wall sensor. There are 2 latches on the mopping module that slide and lock into the body of the Q5. To remove it, press both latches in and simply pull. We'll first plug the power cord into the right side port of the charging dock. A white LED will appear on the top. Where you're going to place the robot vacuum is really limited to the length of the power cord and your nearest electrical outlet. Ideally, it's better if the charging dock is placed on the left side of the outlet to avoid wrapping the cord around like this. I would have definitely preferred a plug on the top or an additional plug on the opposite side for more flexibility. And in terms of space, just give it some decent clearance for the bot to move out and scan around. It really doesn't have to be clear in all directions. My original Mi Robot is able to find its way back even in the tightest spaces. Now you can clean the floor underneath to stick the adhesive down, securing the dock. But personally, I never needed to and felt more comfortable with moving it around if needed. Again, I will not be using the mopping function at all, but if you do intend to, you'll need to put down this moisture-proof mat. It has adhesive stickers on the bottom to secure it. This is to stop the excess moisture from the cloth from seeping into your floor while the robot is stationary. You can turn the Q5 Pro on by pressing and holding the middle power button until it lights up. You'll then need to wait a little bit. It'll be ready after sounding this chime. Afterwards, it says to drop the robot into the charging dock.
Charging.
The power button will slowly glow as it charges. The light will turn solid when it reaches full capacity. Now with everyday use, I've rarely opened the app since setting it up the first time. In fact, you don't even need to download one if you just wanted an easy-to-use robot vacuum. The Roborock is so smart that you can just let it do its thing without connecting to it at all, which I think the majority of people will appreciate to start using it right out of the box. This also means that the Roborock is super portable. You can just take it anywhere, upstairs, downstairs, set it down, and start cleaning. Of course, through the app, there's tons of cool features like scheduling, zone cleaning, boundaries, notifications. But for right now, I'll just take you through the practical use of what the buttons really do. So once a week, I would manually start my Mi Robot Vacuum. I do this instead of automatically scheduling it, because my floor will randomly be messed up with cords and stuff laying around. Of course, you can still run the vacuum, but contrary to belief, it's still super important to move cords or anything off the floor first, because it may get tangled up or take longer to clean as it constantly maneuvers around objects. Over the years, I found an effective way to start the cleaning process.
Starting the cleanup.
I think I'll miss doing this with the Q5 Pro, as the clean button is now situated in the middle of the three buttons. Press the power button once to activate cleaning.
Starting to clean.
And to be even more savvy, we could set up Google Home or Alexa to enable specific voice commands. So how this works is pretty ingenious. Here's where Roborock's engineers pretty much leaves the competition in the dust. Basically, as it travels, it will constantly 3D map its surroundings. Using their advanced LIDAR laser system, it will divide your space into zones, vacuuming its borders first, then systematically vacuum row by row inside, much like how a painter would paint a wall by edging the borders first. The technology is so efficient in how it works, it actually feels almost therapeutic watching it. Now the Q5 is not the quietest by any means, but it is more powerful at picking up things than my original Mi Robot. At any time, you can pause the Q5 by pressing any button. You can press the power button to resume cleaning, or press the home button to immediately have it return to the dock. Once the Q5 Pro has completed exploring and cleaning every square foot of your 3D space, it'll automatically find its way back to the dock for charging, which is pretty cool to watch.
Charging.
In the event that you need to shut down the Q5, such as not using it for an extended period of time, you can press and hold down the power button.
Turning off.
Now there's one too many times I would accidentally trip over my Mi Robot and knock it out of its charger.
Charging.
What's cool is that it will automatically recover. It's good to see it carry over to the Q5 Pro.
Charging.
Now in all likelihood you have small children around obsessed with pressing buttons.
Child's lock on.
You can activate the child lock to prevent the robot from turning on by pressing and holding the spot clean button for 3 seconds.
Press and hold spot clean to unlock. Child's lock off.
By pressing the spot clean button from pause or standby mode, it'll focus cleaning within that area, centered on its current position. This is great for doubling down on stubborn and hard to clean areas.
Finished cleaning.
So guys, in the next episode, I'll go into the basics of the Roborock app, setting it all up with Google Home for voice commands, as well as my final thoughts of the Q5 Pro. If you like this video series so far, please hit that like button. Comment below, I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to this humble YouTube channel. Alright, cheers guys.